Hello, my name is Klaudia SMOLOG. I work at Częstochowa University of Technology. I would like to present you my paper. The topic is distance education from the teacher's perspective. Before the COVID pandemic, distance education was not common in Polish school. This situation was quite a challenge for many teachers, especially at the level of primary and secondary school. Remote classes in the form of e-learning classes were conducted before the COVID pandemic at university, but as an additional alternative form of making classes. The outbreak of the COVID pandemic made it necessary to make remote classes from the day to day. Both remote education and e-learning are forms of distance learning. However, only e-learning needs the use of ICT. Remote education can also be made using other forms of distance communication, for example, traditional mail. Currently, is not an attractive form of remote classes. ICT creates completely new form of distance learning, such as learning on demand. The main difference between distance education and e-learning is the scope of degree of communication challenge and the presentation of information and knowledge, but technical, social, ethical, and organizational problems are similar of e-learning and distance learning. In the first stage of the pandemic, the transition from stationary to remote process was revolutionary. Both teachers and students had to switch overnight from traditional teaching to distance teaching. It was certainly a difficult process for many teachers who did not have to depend on ICT solutions in their work so far. Initially, teachers used ICT tools that allow for information transfer and contact. During the pandemic, solutions were made available to teachers that were used within a given school university. A large group of teachers had to learn new ICT solutions, prepare other forms of teaching, and make remote classes at the same time. This certainly required adequate preparation for the implementation of this process. The purpose of this article is to evaluate distance learning from the teacher's perspective. The research tool was a self-constructed questionnaire. The survey consists of two parts. In the first part, there were 11 semi-open questions and 2 questions with the Likert scale. These questions were related to the assessment of digital competencies before and after the COVID pandemic. The second part of the questionnaire included questions about danger, years of birth, type of school, seniority in the education, size of the town where the school university was located. The study involved teachers who conducted remote classes during the COVID pandemic. The survey was conducted from January to April 2022 on a group 111 teachers representing primary school, high school, technical school, and university. The entities were located in the southern part of Poland. The results show that the most important requirements in distance learning for teachers are preparation of material in electronic form, ability to use information and communication technology, knowledge of tools supporting the implementation of didactic activities. All requirements that were less indicated by teachers are organization work at home and time management skills between work at home. An important element in the effective conduct of remote classes were training aimed at improving digital competences. As the research showed, 37% of schools conduct such training only once at the beginning of the pandemic. However, there were schools, universities that conducted such training on a regular basis, once a month or even once a week. Because remote teaching forces teachers to use many ICT tools that they had never had to use before, technical support of their daily work was important to them. Teachers indicate that they received such support primarily from the other teachers who they work with. So another question arises: how did the teachers manage to improve their digital competences and learn new features of the available ICT solution? The conducted research shown that teachers most often learn about the possibilities of using the available ICT technology tools that support remote education from the internet, from other teachers, tested the available tools themselves. Today, digital competences is very important in distance learning. Before the pandemic, a lot of teachers thought about their competences average. Some of them thought that their digital competences are bad or very bad. But after the pandemic period, the teachers indicate that their digital competences were very good or good. There weren't answers bad or very bad. Despite the high assessment of their own competences, many still have problems with the use of ICT. Summing up, I can say that the research results shown that the main challenge for the teacher conducting distance classes was to prepare material in electronic form. Why? Because the challenge for the teacher was to prepare material in electronic form to engage or motivate students to learn. Distance education required the ability to use ICT tools. Currently, the ability to use ICT tools is the basic for remote education, and not only in remote education, but it's very important in our life. Distance teaching has increased the perception of teachers' own digital competences. It was a subjective opinion of the teachers who participate in the study, not fully reflecting their competences. While conducting classes remotely, teachers indicate the need for technical supporting and surprisingly received it from other teachers they worked with. Also, the issue of knowledge and improving skills in using ICT tools shown that teachers look for the information on the internet. This should not be the case. Teachers should receive such support from their school, university. It would be conducive to the introduction of clearly defined operation procedures. It would facilitate the process of conducting classes remotely and would improve the knowledge of principles of conducting classes remotely. In addition, probably prepared training would have a real impact on improving the digital competences of teachers and would increase their work comfort. Thank you for your attention.